friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are here with a declutter. We are going through my highlights. I did not realize how many highlights I had until I pulled them out and put them on this table. And I feel like I say that in almost every declutter. I'm like, I didn't realize how much makeup I had, but truly I did not realize. And I don't need this many highlighters, and I really don't reach for all of these anyways. So I figure let's go ahead and do a little highlight declutter before we get started. Don't forget, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to see a highlight declutter, then let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start with Miss OG, the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlight. This baby has been around for quite a while. I did not pick this up the first time it launched. I always figured it would be way too deep of a gold on my fair skin tone. And then back in like 2018, I think it was, I saw this in person at Sephora and swatched it. And I was like, oh my goodness gracious, I need this highlight in my life. Bought it immediately, have not looked back, will never get rid of this. Another one I'm 1,000,000% keeping is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow. This is another one I've had for quite a while, really like in a questionable amount of time, but I just love it so much. It's really my only pinky tone sort of highlighter shade. I love pairing this with more pink tone makeup looks, and if you're looking for an affordable highlight, I highly recommend, but you have to love a blinding highlight. This baby is blinding. They will see you from space. So definitely make sure that you enjoy that, but as you can see, I definitely do. I have pan in it. Love this, definitely keeping. What I'm going to go ahead and declutter is this one right here from Half Caked. This is their Candy Paint Cheek and Lip Tint in the shade Sugar Cookie. I just really didn't love this. It's a really balmy sort of highlighter, as you can see. If you like that type of glossy sort of look where your skin just looks wet and it's not like a powder on your face or anything like that, I think you might enjoy this. But for me personally, I want a little bit more impact on my cheeks. And also this is sticky. It does not fully dry down. It does not go over a set face very well, which I always set my face with powder. I think that there are some people out there who would really love this highlight. It's just not for me, sadly. So I'm going to declutter this. We'll just go ahead and finish up this row right here with the Natasha Denona Super Glow. I have the shade 01 Fair. I really love this highlight. If you can tell from the pan, it's a pretty blinding highlight. Not my most blinding highlight that I own, but it is still very blinding. The shade is a really nice champagne-y sort of shade on my fair skin. They do have other tones if this one wouldn't work out for you, but this is a pretty pricey highlighter at like $38. I got it on sale on Natasha Denona's website, but still, it's a pricey highlight. I don't reach for it as much as I should, but I promise you, every time I do, I'm like, why? Why don't I reach for this more? It really does look beautiful on the skin. It lasts all day long, fairly blinding in my personal opinion. So really like this, definitely keeping. Another one I'll be keeping is this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Flash palette, and I have the lightest one. Well, I think the Flash is the lightest one. I think the other one was the Flare. Unfortunately, kind of like Amrezy, this is not available anymore, which is such a bummer. Hello, because these highlighters are absolutely gorgeous on the skin. If you can tell, I really only use these three. This one's a little bit deep and dark for me, but these three are beautiful, stunning, blinding, impactful on the cheeks, last all day long. I do think that they offer, I think Iced is one that they offer in just a single compact, which you could purchase, and then other shades as well. So that's good because this is probably my favorite of the four. I don't know why they were limited edition because they are truly beautiful, and I'm definitely not giving mine up. Another one I'm going to keep, but I'm a little on the fence about, but I am going to keep it, is this one right here from Grande Cosmetics. Their Grande Glow Plumping Liquid Highlighter, and I picked up the shade French Pearl. This comes out on a doe foot applicator, which makes it actually a little bit easy to apply. And this really is a plumping highlighter. When you put this on your face, it really does give you like a tingle sort of almost minty feeling on your cheeks, which sounds very odd, and it really is odd. I've never experienced anything like this besides their plumping blush, but it really does give a beautiful highlight to your face. This can go over powder. It's a little bit finicky over powder, but it will work. It's better on an unset face, but this really is a beautiful product. I do need to reach for it more often, so I'm going to keep it and hope that I do reach for it more coming up. One I don't know what to do with. It's dirty, so sorry, but this is Ora Cosmetics. This is their collaboration with Steph Toms. Their Milk and Cookies highlighter. I love this highlighter. Truly, I love it. It is a split pan. If you can tell, the left side is a little bit lighter than the right side. Both kind of work for me. This one is a little bit deep and dark. I have to mix them together or just use this one. Ofra's highlighters are stunning and beautiful, and there's no denying that. They have a beautiful highlighter formulation. I kind of stopped using this on my channel and really promoting it when that whole stuff went down with their owner. He was making some remarks that I personally just don't really agree with. So I kind of stopped promoting this on my channel, but I never got rid of it. And honestly, looking at it right now, I don't want to. I'm sorry, I don't. I think it's stunning and beautiful, and I really do love this highlight. I think it's just gonna be one of those products, kind of like it's been the past couple months, that I'm not really gonna promote on my channel. I'm not really gonna use very much on my channel. But it's just too pretty to get rid of, so I'm going to keep this. Ooh, another one I'm definitely keeping is the Catrice More Than Glow highlighter. I have the shade Supreme Rose Beam. This baby is absolutely stunning. If you can tell in the pan how like reflective it is, this highlighter is just stunning on the cheeks. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It is very impactful, very bright and bold. So again, you kind of have to like that. Pretty much all my highlighters, you have to like a pretty intense highlight sort of formulation. That is what I typically go for. So if you do like a more softer kind of lit from within glow, a lot of these are not going to be your jam, and that's okay. They are mine. But yeah, this is so stunning and beautiful, and it is only a couple dollars. I want to say it's like $8. You can get Catrice on their website and Amazon, and I will not give this baby up. It is just too stunning. Next up, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter in the shade Spotlight. It is one of those that has a little doe foot applicator that you just squeeze it out and dot it on your face. I love this highlight. I truly have not seen anything more beautiful on my skin, and I really mean that. This is probably, of all these highlights I'm talking about today, it is probably the most beautiful on my skin. It truly makes you look wet in the best way possible. It just makes you look like you're healthy and glowing. It is a little bit more intense. Again, not like a natural glow from within, but it really does make you look like you are just naturally glowing, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. But there's like nothing in this world that would make me give up this highlighter. I love it so much. 1 bajillion% keeping. Another one I'm loving and keeping is this one right here from Milani. This is their big highlighter in the shade Dolce Perla. This is a little bit newer to me. I got it about a month ago, but I can't stop wearing it. In the pan, it looks pretty champagne-y, and in person, if you get it, it kind of looks like it might have a little bit of a pink shifting to it, but it doesn't. It's definitely more of a gold shifting highlight. That took me by surprise when I put it on my cheeks, but honestly, it's so beautiful, I don't care. It does emphasize a tiny bit of texture, I think because it's a baked formulation, but really any highlight's gonna emphasize texture. I'm not really that upset about that. And it just looks so beautiful and glowy on the cheeks and lasts all day, and it's only a couple dollars. So highly recommend, love this, definitely keeping. One I'm unfortunately keeping because it's part of my project pan is this one here from Hourglass. This is their ambient lighting powder in the shade Luminous Light. This isn't technically a highlighter. A lot of people use this as a finishing powder, but on me, I just can't do that. It's a little bit too glowy and emphasizes all of my textures and pores, so I cannot use it like that. So how I've been trying to use it up is as a highlighter. As a highlighter, it's nothing special. If you do like a really natural highlight that barely honestly shows up, this would be a good highlighter for you. But as I stated before, I am a little bit more of a glowy sort of gal, and also this shade is a little bit too deep on my skin. So yeah, I'm going to use this up in my project pan and not repurchase it. One I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter is this one right here from Cosmetics. This is their Sunscaped highlighter in the shade Clarity. I just was really disappointed by this when I picked it up. First of all, this is like a $38 highlight, which is insane. That's a lot of money for a highlighter, especially considering I've talked about quite a few drugstore highlighters up to this point and have a few more drugstore highlighters to speak about that are absolutely amazing that I would definitely recommend over this one for the price. Also, this just looks so impactful and beautiful in the pan, and it just does really nothing on your cheeks. It is not as impactful and as punchy as I want it to be. Plus, this is the lightest shade, and it's a little bit too deep on me. I have only used this maybe 5 times, if that. So I think I'm going to try to sell this on Mercari and see if I can get a little bit of money out of it, because it was not cheap for me to purchase, and I really haven't used it that many times. So yeah, I'm going to declutter this one and see if I can sell it. One I'm definitely keeping is this one right here from Colourpop. This is their Super Shock Cheek in Flexitarian. Honestly, I should declutter this one and get a new one, because if you can tell, this one is old and getting a little dried out and crusty. I only use this on my inner corner as my inner corner highlight, and this is the best inner corner highlight ever. It is so reflective. So I should declutter this one and buy a new one, but I'm just not going to quite yet. But this one is beautiful, and when I do decide that it's getting a little bit too old, I will definitely repurchase. What I'm going to go ahead and pass along is this one from Clove Hollow. This is their Hydra Glow highlight, and I have the shade Galaxy. I kept this through my last highlighter declutter, even though I stated in that one that I really don't reach for this much. And I still don't, but the reason why I kept it is because it was my only like pinky tone sort of liquid highlighter, but I really don't reach for liquid highlighters very often. And if I want a more pinky tone highlighter, I'm just gonna reach for the Wet n Wild Mega Glow one in Blossom Glow. So definitely gonna pass this along. Plus this, actually I don't even think I'm gonna pass it along. I'm gonna throw it away because it is very old. I wanna say this is like 4 or 5 years old, and usually liquid products just don't last very long. And if you can tell, it's getting a little interesting in there. So gonna declutter this. One I'm conflicted on is this one right here from McGrath Labs. This is their Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter in the shade Lunar Nude. This is just a little bit too deep on me, which is such a bummer because look at that pan. Is that not like one of the most stunning embossings in a pan you've ever seen? I'm not surprised. It's Pat McGrath. It's bougie. It is nice, luxurious packaging with a nice, luxurious, bougie price point. I did get this 50% off though. I would have never paid the $60 full price for it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it for a little bit longer. I'm hoping this summer, as I am self-tanning and my foundation shades get a little bit darker on me, this will work out a little bit better. But it is a bummer that it's a little bit too deep and dark on me. I wish it wasn't, but I'm gonna keep it for a little bit longer. Then we have my Nabla Skin Glazing Highlighter in the shade Ozone. If you have been watching me for any length of time, you know that this is like one of my favorite highlighters ever. I love this highlighter. It is so beautiful. I love the tone on my skin. It's a really lovely champagne sort of shade. This one isn't like a wham bam thank you ma'am. You can build it up to that, but you can also keep it very sheer and a little bit more natural. So if that is your jam, this is a recommendation from me to you. I love this. I love this. I'm definitely keeping. Another one, if you like a little bit more of a natural, like lit from within sort of glow, this one right here from MAC. This is their mineralized skin finish in this shade Soft and Gentle. This used to be a dome. If I can get it open, this used to be a dome. And if you can see, I have just like use and abuse this baby, and I just love this. I love using this for work because it is a little bit more natural. It is a little bit glittery at first, so if I were you, I would make sure you really tap off your brush whenever you go to use it, and then really take your time buffing it into the skin. It doesn't take long. I don't want that to sound like applying your highlighter is going to take you 12 years. It's not going to, but just really tap off your brush and buff it into your skin. And it gives you the most ethereal, natural glow. I feel like an angel when I'm wearing this. Like if I was an angel and I had an angel glow, this is the glow that I would have in my imagination. So again, definitely keeping. Another one I'm gonna be keeping, I guess this is turning into more of a collection video than really a declutter because I'm not really getting rid of that many, but this one right here from Jujus Place, this is their Tribe Highlighter Volume 3. This is another one that they will see you from space if you want to use this. It is very impactful, very bright and bold. They do have 2 other shades if this one is too light for you. This is the lightest, but if you want a nice, amazing, like impactful, beautiful, stunning highlight from the drugstore, highly recommend this one. I am going to get rid of these 2 from Clover by Clove Hollow. They were sent to me in PR. We have the shade Cleo and Glass Slipper. Glass Slipper is literally like a clear balm. It doesn't really do a whole lot on the skin, if I can get it open. So here is Glass Slipper. Again, it just really doesn't do anything. It's like a clear balm, which that has never ever been my jam. And then this one right here in Cleo is a gold sort of highlight, but it's just like a little bit deep on my skin. And this like stick sort of highlighter formulation is just not really one that I'm interested in. I used them, and I think I just used this one, or maybe this one, I can't remember. I used them in my video I put up a while ago at this point, trying Clover by Clove Hollow, but I have not reached for them since, so they are getting decluttered. One I'm a little on the fence about, but I think I am going to end up keeping is this one right here from Jouer. This is their Molten Glow highlighter. This is one that every time I pick it up to use it and look at it in the pan, I just assume it's going to be too deep and dark on my skin, and then I put it back and don't use it. But then when I do like get the courage up to actually use it, it is beautiful on the skin. Is it pretty intensely gold? Yes, but it's not too gold or too deep on my fair skin. So I definitely need to use it more often. So I think I am going to go ahead and keep it. And then the last 2, I'm going to keep both of them. This one is from Becca. This is a little mini of Champagne Pop. I love this highlighter. And yes, you can still get Champagne Pop, thankfully, through Smashbox now that Becca has closed down. But I just love this. If you can tell, there's quite a big dip in that pan. I'm not going to give this up. It's a beautiful gold highlight. It has been a cult classic for a reason, definitely keeping. And last but not least, we have this one from Bare Minerals. This is their Bare Pro Glow highlighter. This is in the shade Whimsy. So this was sent to me in friend mail. One of my friends sent this to me a while ago. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't tried it. I know, I'm the worst, but I just don't really go for liquid highlighters like this very often. But this looks like a really pretty, like pinky sort of shade. So I am gonna keep this and give it a go. So just a little bit of a recap. These are all the highlighters I'm going to be keeping. There are 18 here. I know that's a lot of highlight, but honestly, I feel good about it. Looking at these, there are a lot of beautiful drugstore options, really nice high-end options. I've got gold, I've got champagne, I've got more pinky tones. I got ones that are like wham bam, thank you ma'am, but also ones that are a little more toned down and subdued. So I feel good about this group here that I'm keeping. I pretty much love all of these. And then these are the 5 that I'm going to go ahead and declutter. Again, I feel good about these. I never really reach for these. This one is just not my jam. And like I said, I'm going to try to sell that one and get some money out of it because it was expensive. So I hope you enjoyed this declutter. I'm going to go ahead and have my declutter playlist linked down below in the description box in case decluttering is your jam and you really love watching them. I've got quite a few other ones for you to check out as well. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.